Hello everyone, welcome back to Roze and Indy's Beginner Brawl. This time we're back with Matthia versus Kuru Shirokane, one of the conditional matches for the losers bracket. And we'll start to get into the roles here. Dang, that was a close roll. Matthia is going to win. He is going to go for first ban, which means he has the second pick. Does ban out that hard rock to the position. And she bans the hard rock 3, so not really a hard rock oriented match this one. It is their first pick. Then they're going to go for the hidden 3. And without further ado, we'll just get into it. The players both getting ready quite early for the first map of this match. This is the Convert Hidden, also the highest AR of the Hiddens. So for some players that might be easier to read though. It's also dealing with the placement required for converts. Early struggles for Matthia. Kuru is doing a little bit better here, although she does also get an early miss too. Early score lead for Matthia because they were able to recover after their first few early misses here. So for the time being, a little bit of a lead for Matthia though. Any one miss is going to quickly flip that over. Both players not doing too bad after their early struggles. Both recovering quite nicely, just gonna be whoever slips up first. It is going to be Matthia. Now Kuru's at that max score cap. Oh, she does miss, so it's gonna even out that score lead. Small advantage for Kuru, but it's not a huge lead. Both miss right at the same time, and it's still dead even here. Another miss from Matthia. Now this is the opportunity for Kuru to really start to build up her lead, but she does go down. Straight in by Matthia, so still advantage for Kuru. Another miss from Matthia, and it's not too late for lead change, but map is running out. And that's it, Kuru taking her own point, starting off 1-0. And let's see how Matthia responds. He's going to go for the easy one, the low AR reading. Even though hidden is also a reading requirement, the types of reading needed for hidden and easy are quite different in catch, so this is still a very different type of skill set in terms of the reading. And here we go to the next map. It's going to be the opportunity for Matthia to take it back, or for Kuru to capitalize on a breakpoint here. Most of this map is like streams and stacks, so besides getting a few misses, you can kind of expect both players to probably get above 400k. It's just going to be about who can get some of these timings down. Both players getting an early miss is pretty much even across the board here. I think Matthia got maybe like one more miss during that brief moment, so it's going to be a small advantage for Kuru, but nothing substantial. Actually, I think that's probably more just accuracy. But that is going to make a big difference, Kuru getting a drop. And Matthia doesn't respond. He's building up that score lead with that max combo and score combo, and it's going to build up more of a lead than you'd expect with that easy multiplier. Kuru is not out of it yet. There's still more misses, opportunities for this map, but just gonna have to wait. And there's that first opportunity. It's gonna take it back, but Kuru needs to hold on. Any miss here is gonna just bring her right back. Matthya's already back at that max score combo, so it's just the slight knife's edge here. I don't think there's enough bananas in the spinner to make the difference here, and it's gonna be a win for Kuru. Less than 1,000 point. Taking the breakpoint. And before I can even do the timer, Kuru has picked hidden too. Kuru is here prepared with what their game plan is, and they're really taking this match at a good early start here. The hidden 3 was honestly not too, pretty close for most of it, so let's see how Matthia adapts to this low AR hidden. Early break for him. Kuru does get a miss though, and that's going to bring this lead to Matthia, who's been able to recover now. Oh, both players finding a miss there. It is going to favor Matthia, especially as Kuru finds another miss, and on paper this was a good pick for Kuru, but they seem to be struggling just as much as Matthia. Another miss, and Matthia is going to start to build up that lead. Both players trading. If anyone of them can actually really hold on to like even 200 combo, that's going to be probably the decider here. And right now it's Matthia who's holding on, still maintaining the S rank. Able to build up combo during this more calmer section, and that's going to really let him start to run away with it now. Oh, misses just as he gets that max combo, but Kuru is going to have to hold on for the rest of the map and see more misses from Matthia. It's starting to go down, but ooh, that miss, and I think that's going to seal it here. There's just not enough map left. Unless Matthia completely breaks down, which I just don't think is going to happen. Honestly, not the worst score we've seen on this map from Kuru, but Matthia is not too. He has some practice in the hidden mod clearly, and is going to take this breakpoint back. It's going to go for no mod 3, the no mod convert. The consistency based convert. Most of it's pretty consistent, and it starts to spike up really in the last third of the map. And here we go into no mod 3. Let's see how these players do. Kuru dashing a little bit too late and getting a few early misses here. Matthia still holding on strong. Kuru starting to recover, but it's going to be an early lead for Matthia. Nothing substantial, it's quite early in the map here. Ooh, unfortunately as Kuru, she doesn't quite place those triples well and gets another miss. Matthia has dropped a droplet, but is holding on that combo, and so far that's doing a lot of work in the early parts of this map. Another miss for Kuru, and that lead is starting to really grow to something difficult to take down now. Meanwhile, Matthia is just holding on strong, and another miss for Kuru, and it's getting dangerous here because now she's going to have to hope to hold combo through the hardest parts of the map to really hope for a chance of getting that lead down. Matthia is still not giving anything up. Kuru trying to build as best as they can to find a number. There is finally a trade with Matthia, but it's a little too late, and I think he's secured himself a really good spot here. He does find another miss. It's going to help down that lead, but Kuru trades it right after, and I think it's just getting to the point where there's not really much you can expect for a comeback. Drawing into the final combo of this map, and it's going to be a very solid point for Matthia. Getting above 900k on that map as well. It's going to even out the pick, and I think maybe Kuru might be considering something out of hidden, and they are with the DT2. DT2 has been a pretty popular pick so far, and I've seen a lot of good scores on it, multiple FCs, so this probably should be a pretty close map as well. Neither player opting for the preference mod hidden. Sometimes it can be a bit difficult to adjust to that double time speed at the start. Let's see how these players do. Early break for Kuru. No mess ups from Matthia yet, being able to get adjusted so far, and let's see if he can keep that up. We have seen a match so far where even an early miss was enough to decide the fate of this map. That's another miss for Kuru, and Matthia is losing some act from droplets, but is not dropping that combo, and that's the important thing here. Another miss from Kuru, and unfortunately that is starting to build a really big lead here for Matthia. And fortunately for Matthia, he's in a really good position here. He can afford to miss once or twice and still maintain the lead. I have to see multiple misses from him in this last quarter of the map. But that miss from Kuru might just seal the deal here. It's going to be a very solid win for Matthia here. Maybe a miss pick for Kuru, just not sure how our opponent would do on DT, but clearly DT is Mathia's forte. With that FC, very impressive from him. And now maybe he might want to shift that momentum into a DT1 potentially, or a DT3. At the same time, you could always go something like Nomad 4. You could always go for Nomad 2, the specific tech map. Very interesting. We've seen pretty close scores on this. Curious to see him go in this direction rather than something like DT or Nomad 4. Of course, Nomad specifics tend to be some of the more consistent skill sets for players at this stage, so maybe just picking something he feels comfortable with. Early miss from Matthia and Kuru. No clear lead here yet. Well, yeah, I think it's going to shift over to Matthia because of the slight combo advantage. Both players recovering after those early misses, just getting slightly tripped up by those back and forths, but now we're starting to really get into the drop of this map, and that's going to be a miss from Matthia. Kuru recovering and holding onto that combo, building a lead here. And most importantly, with that max combo score, really able to take most advantage of this mix here. There's a little break, and they can see that Kuru has a clear advantage here, but it's not enough to decide this map quite yet. Oh, she does get messed up by that little back and forth section, and now Matthia has an opportunity to bring up that score. It's not sure if it's gonna go. Oh, he misses. And this is Kuru's opportunity to take back the break point and even out this match. She's holding on, and it is going to be a break point. This match is now 3-3. Going to Kuru for her pick now. So I don't know if we'll see her go to the hidden or TT. I think she's going for hidden 1. Let me just confirm real quick. She's going to go for the hidden 1. The hidden 2 didn't go out too well for her, but hidden 3 did work out for her, so maybe she just thinks that hidden is still worth dipping down into. Seems like it might also just be wanting to pick songs that she likes. For Matthia, he has shown himself to be good enough at the hidden mod to contest this map, so definitely can take this. Early miss from Matthia, traded right after her by Kuru. Both players just adjusting to hidden. Kuru doing a little bit better at the beginning parts of this map, but does get a drop right after, so still pretty even here. Does hold on through this wide slider jump section, and it's gonna start off this Ki section with a score lead. Both players trading pretty much at the same time. It's going to stabilize that score lead for Kuru, but it's nothing substantial by any means. Another miss from Matthia. It's gonna start to, well, as I say that, Kuru does break in. It's going to keep it even for now. Just the smallest of lead gains for Kuru through these exchanges. Matthia with a miss, Kuru is building up that combo, and with another miss, it's going to really start to build up this lead here. And now we're seeing a really big lead here for Kuru, over 100,000. It's getting to a point where this looks like it's going to be solidly in Kuru's favor. That is going to be Kuru taking their own point. There is no more hidden left in the match after this map, so Matthia will have to make a decision here. Might go back into that double time, which has worked out well for him on that double toothpick. He's gonna go for no mod 1. Interesting. I wonder if it's really more just a matter of going down to comfort. Maybe not feeling comfortable on either the DTs or the no mod 4. But this is a very map that could be very close for both players, so it could go either way. Early miss from Kuru is going to open up a small lead for Matthia here. It's very early on in the map, though. That second miss is going to help start to build it up. Oh, Matthia does find the miss here, and it's going to let Kuru start to take back that lead. But that second miss is going to really start to bring it back to Kuru's side now. She does break, so it's gonna still keep it within Matthia's favor, but this map is very long. There's so much room for misses and lead changes. It's not going to go quite over to Kuru's side at this state. Only a very small combo advantage, but it's going to be so close. Oh man, what a nail biter. Just a lead of less than 1,000 points. Any single miss is going to instantly decide the neck. And there it is. The miss from Matthia is going to bring lead now over to Kuro's side. That second miss helping solidify that lead even further. Another miss, and Kuru does miss too, and now it's gonna help stop it from getting too out of hand here, but it's going to be slightly in Kuru's favor, even with that small combo advantage by Matthia. It is going to take another miss from Kuru to bring it to Mathia's lead here. Oh, and Kuru breaks. That's going to start to bring it to Mathia's side now. But he breaks as well, and that's going to keep it back in there. Oh, this is so tense. Any single miss here is going to matter. Oh, another miss from Kuru, but is it going to be enough? I don't think it will be. But that might be. Oh, it's going back to Matthia. And right at the end there, he takes it back less than 3,000 points, securing this match to 4-4. It feels like we're inching closer and closer to maybe a potential tiebreaker here. Kuru goes for the no-mod for the tech convert. Looks like they just don't really have anything else they feel confident enough to pick. And here we go. Either way, any player winning this map brings it to match point. This is her last pick, so Kuru's gonna have to hope to win this to keep this in territory of at least bring it to tiebreaker. Kuru getting his first miss there on that slightly tough jump, and Matthia is holding on through this first part of this map, gonna build an early lead. He does break, and so Kuru's gonna have the opportunity to build something up as long as they can hold. Another miss, and that's gonna start to bring it back over to Kuru's side. Kuru carving quite nicely after those early misses and is building up that combo, that max combo cap to get the most score that they can. But Mathia's there now too, and now it's just a matter of who's going to break first. Both of them breaking at that placement pattern section. Both of them missing that jump. It's just really even right now, but Kuru having that slight advantage is going to help them out, especially with Mathia's miss. score lead's not significant, which means there's room for Matthia to take this back, but Kuru does have that advantage. And it looks like it's going to be Matthia taking, or I'm sorry, Kuru taking their own pick. Now for Matthia, they have to decide here. What do they want to pick to take this to tiebreaker? I think it probably has to be double time. I don't know if Hard Rock 1 is something they want to go into. As I say that though, he does go for the Hard Rock 1. Very curious. Kind of not sure why they didn't try something like TT1, considering how TT2 went, but maybe just not feeling confident on gambling the last pick on double time movement. We've seen players do different levels of playability on this. Some people doing very well in getting FCs, others maybe struggling to catch some of the patterns with the higher reaction time. And here we go. The final map to decide if Kuru takes this or if this is going to tiebreaker. Early miss from Kuru, not quite catching that part of the jump. But Matthia does find a miss, so it's going to keep things even for now. Maybe a very slight advantage for Kuru because they missed earlier. But this is a long map, and we've seen players do comebacks on long maps like these, so very much undecided at this time. Oh, and Kuru does dash too early for that, and too late for that I should say, and it's going to now build up an A lead for Matthia. Another miss for Kuru. Mathia's at that max combo, so he's getting all the most score that he can from this period where Kuru is down below that combo cap. Kuru has recovered, but it is going to take a few misses from Matthia. Another miss from Kuru. Matthia finally trades one of those misses, but it has stabilized a 60,000 score lead for Matthia. Another miss, more misses coming out from both players, but it only favors Matthia, especially another miss from Kuru, and it's still too early to say this, but I think we might be getting tiebreaker. There is time for Kuru to come back in this map, but time is ticking away. It's going to require multiple misses from Matthia and for Kuru to not find any more misses, and there's the beginning. It's going to require more. And Kuru breaks. That might seal the deal here. Unless Matthia has a meltdown, which I just don't see happening. Getting into the last slow parts of this map, both players finding misses, and ladies and gentlemen, we have a tiebreaker on our hands. Very close match and fitting to end it with the tiebreaker. The Nomad one was only won by a few thousand points, so very difficult to say how this will go. It all goes down to the nerves and the consistency. And here we go, folks, into the tiebreaker. This is a very long map, so of course don't expect any misses to mean significantly much. Matthia finds a first miss here and another, so it's going to be an early lead for Kuru. Another miss from him. A little shaky at the start, maybe just not quite solidifying their movements, maybe from nerves and whatnot. For Kuru, that's going to be a good opportunity here though to build up a lead that's going to allow them at least one miss. And there is that miss. It's going to still be in Kuru's lead because of that score buffer, but another miss is going to start to bring it over to the Matthia side, so can't afford too many mistakes here. Meanwhile, Matthia has been able to stabilize after those early misses, so gonna see which player responds first. This is an older map, and some of the dashes between the jumps are maybe a bit tougher than you might expect, so it really requires full attention. It's going to catch Matthia here a few times. He's going to find a few misses, and Kuru finally breaks, but that score buffer is going to help her out here to keep the lead. Especially since Matthia is also broken pretty much at the same time, so no real changes here in the score. Another unfortunate miss from Matthia. Kuru is holding on as good as they can, and it's going to continue building up that lead. They miss, but Matthia doesn't get that opportunity to really take advantage of it, trading shortly after. And now we're reaching the halfway point of this map. There's enough time for Matthia to come back, but he needs to stabilize. He needs to hold on. Fortunately, finding more misses there, and you can see the difference in the accuracy, the difference in the confidence and ability the players have to really play this map. Kuru does break. But really, with this score lead, Matthia needs to hold a combo. He needs to hold for as long as he can and see more misses from Kuru. Can't get by with small trades. He needs to hold. Another trade. It's not going to favor Matthia at all. This map is starting to come closer to its conclusion, and Kuru is holding on, finding just less misses here and there, and she is in a great position to take this tiebreaker and take this match. Unfortunately for Matthia, just not being able to quite hit these distances on this older style of mapping, as well as Kuru, and I think as we start to draw to the final eighth of this map, it is safe to say that Kuru is going to be taking this tiebreaker. After a close, tense match, Kuru just having greater overall ability to play and hold on, and it's going to be enough to secure their victory in this match. Very well played for both players, especially from Kuru and of course Matthia on all the previous maps. Unfortunately for Matthia, that is the conclusion to their run in this tournament. Thank you for playing, and Kuru will be advancing on to the round or the quarterfinals next week. Thank you everyone for watching. We will be back shortly with the next match.